Hi, right. This is a really homemade, very quick, basic, amateur demonstration of how to do decoupage, or how I do it anyway. It is so simple. I am no expert, but I went to an evening class and just learned how to do it. You can do it on anything that you've got. I'll just give you some quick examples of what I've done it on. So I've transformed, if you like, some just plain old coasters into, see that, is that better? Into something just a bit prettier. So anything that you've got kicking around the house, you can do it on a piece of wood, just to make it pretty, put it in front of your fireplace, something like that. I needed to have a stand to put a bathroom mirror on. I couldn't find anything in the shop, so I went to a hobbycraft type shop and I got a plain box, just like a balsa wood box, painted it and then decoupaged it, and I'm really quite pleased with the way this has turned out. I think it's just quite pretty, just to have in the bathroom. So what you're going to need, as it's napkin decoupage, is some napkins, and you can, that's the one I used on my box. Just any pretty napkins, whatever you want. Most of these, obviously we can't go out at the moment, most of these I got on Amazon, I think, or eBay, something like that. That's one of my particular favourites. I don't know if you can see, I'm just going to move this, can't see, this mirror that I've done. This is one of, I've got my phone balancing in a glass. This is just one of my favourites, really. I absolutely love that, that napkin on a mirror. But whatever you want to do, just pick up anything, just have a go with it, really. So obviously we've got the napkins. You're going to need, I know this is back to front, some Frenchic, the finishing coat. This is brilliant, absolutely brilliant stuff. It's a bit of an adhesive and a finishing coat as well. So if you haven't got one of those, I mean, people do say they use other stuff, but I think this stuff is absolutely brilliant for all sorts of things. So I don't really see the need in getting Mod Podge or whatever it's called. So you need your finishing coat. We're going to pour it into a little ramekin, a little pot, and a nice flat decoupage brush, which you can, I'm sure, get from you can get from your Frenchic stockist or online or somewhere like that. So here we go. Decide what you are going to do. This was something that I posted recently, so probably like loads of people, you've got a mountain of these yoghurt pots, and I didn't want to send them to landfill. Didn't really know what to do with them, so I've got a pile this high. So I thought I'd paint it. So I painted it. This is Frenchic Wise Old Sage. So I painted it. This probably took about 3 coats, I think. 3 thin coats, I think it's important to say as well, not thick coats. That's something I have learned along the way. And then I ended up with this, which is probably the picture that you've seen, and that's the napkin that I used. So really, 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 really simple. So grab your napkin. I'm going to just use this just to show and make some space. And I've got an old plant pot that I think this actually was just painted in a bit of emulsion that I had lying around. I just thought it would just be useful to show you what to do with this. So most napkins that you get are 3-ply. So you want to decide on what width, what shape you want, what you're going to do. So with this one, it's just a thin band, as you can see, around the edge. Now, don't use scissors to cut it, just tear it. I've actually started to tear this. So I'm just going to just have rough edges, just tear it like that. Because if you've got rough edges, they tend to just blend in a bit nicer rather than having cut edges. I'm just tearing it. Let me get rid of that. Now you want to, so I won't need my glasses. You want to just, remember I said it's 3 ply, sometimes it can be a bit tricky. You want to just peel it apart so that you have got just the patterned layer. Okay, just that. It's very, very thin, it's very delicate, so just be quite careful how you do that. And you can see, look, it's not a straight shape, it's just, you know, torn. That's how it is. So just put that to one side, and then I've got my little ramekin. I've got my finishing coat. You don't need much of this at all, and you can pour it back in, don't throw it away. So I'm just going to put that much in, and I'll probably be pouring some back. This stuff is so economical. Oh, I've got it down there. So I'm going to get my, whatever it is I'm doing, in this case my pot, just put, I don't know if you can see, a tiny, tiny amount on your brush and just sort of get the excess off the side. You know, you can put more on, but it's difficult to take it off. And then with your pot, just put a very thin coat on, just brush it on. This is to stick your decoupage on. And then get your piece of napkin and position it where you want it to be, and just very gently lay it down. Now, once you've done that, get your brush again, just as it is, and from the middle, just start to brush out. Now, there may be better techniques, but this is what I do, and it seems to work. And then just brush it on, very gently, just brush it on like that. You can see it hasn't gone quite round the handles, that's okay. You can just tear that away. And look, it's just gone down. You might need, if you haven't quite covered it enough underneath, you might just want to put a tiny bit on, but don't be tempted to put too much on, because it will saturate and probably, remember the napkin's really thin and really delicate, so it'll probably just tear that. And then, whoops, just go round. Remember, from the inside out, just layering it down. I've got another bit there that we just need to tear away. Oops. And you know, because I don't know about you, but for me, I'm sort of after a bit of a shabby chicish look, so it doesn't matter if it's not straight or lined up or anything like that. And then there you go, that's one decoupaged pot. As far as, you know, sometimes you think, well, the paint might not match the background of the napkin. I don't think that really matters too much. Let me show you with that one. I mean, it's completely different colours, but I mean, that was just a practice one. But actually, I don't mind that at all. I think it looks okay. But with this one, I did really want it to match. So I used Creme de la Creme from the Lazy range to give me the background that I wanted. No, I think that, oh no, there we go, for those napkins, can you see? So I don't think it matters really, but you know, just give it a go and see what you end up with. Anyway, I hope that's helpful, and look forward to seeing what you come up with.